Hello, 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 hello. My name is Waseem Anwar. I am from Lahore, Pakistan. We are yet again back with an exciting and informative series of interviews, starting with one of the most dynamic, honorable, respectable founder in OnPassive. You all must have seen him on webinar events. A man who possesses simple knowledge and carry a vision of bringing a change in the lives of people. His leadership council from USA. We are lucky enough to get his learning and experiences. I am extremely thankful to Vardi sir to spare his precious time, and he is willing to give us an interview. I cordially welcome to distinguished guest Mr. Jeffrey Morlock sir. Sir, hello sir. How are you?
Hello, hello. Good morning. Actually, good evening to you, Waseem. It's good to see you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I am really extremely thankful to you. I extend my feelings of gratitude towards you, accepted my request for interview, and you are here finally.
It is absolutely my pleasure. I am so excited to be here. I'm excited about the things that you are doing because you're making a difference right there where you are in your neck of the woods, in your world. You're trying to open up to the Pakistani people and trying to unite them into an on-passive community of your own. So bless you. I appreciate your efforts and anything that I can do to help you. That's exactly what I want to do.
Pakistani founder, love you very much. And they want to hear you, and especially your special start with special tone. Hello, hello, hello. They
Well,
love
thank
very
you
much.
so much.
They were saying me, hello man is coming. So, sir, let's start the question. Sir,
Okay.
first of all, would you like to introduce yourself? Where have you been working throughout these years? What are your expertise?
I certainly can. I can do that. Absolutely. Obviously, my name is Jeffrey Morlock. I am a retired from the U.S. military. I have also worked. My formal training is in occupational health or healthcare administration. That's where I got my degree out of Southern Illinois University. Um, I spent several years working in healthcare, and in I think it was actually in 2018 when I came across OnPassive. I had just started an online trying to do stuff online, and so I was about 6 or 7 months into it. And man, I'll tell you what, life is good. But as far as me, I am married happily. I have 3 children, and I am just loving life and loving where we're going.
Lovely, lovely, sir. Sir, happy to know about you. Sir, my next question, as we all aware of the amount of founders we have in on passive right now, among all you have got the opportunity to witness the process of revolutionary company and how Mr. Ash Mufare is working tirelessly to practically implement his vision. We would like to know about your journey with on passive, including when and how did you join, how it has changed your personal and professional life. You told about little bit. I want to know it in detail.
Wow, that's a rabbit hole I'm glad to go down. Thank you so much for asking that. I appreciate your wanting to know the context and history of my involvement. In 2018, I had a friend of mine. He gave me a call and he told me about OnPassive. He was a guy that I had been working with in online marketing. We had joined a company together. I signed up under him, and he said, "Hey, this new thing is out. Can you take a look at it?" And I really didn't want to. I kind of had my hands full, and I said, "No, I don't think that this is something I want to do." And a week later, he sent me another email, and he followed it up with a phone call. And so I agreed. I said, "Okay, I'll take a look at this, and I'll take some notes, and I'll get back with you." So I looked at it, and it didn't strike me as something that I wanted to get involved with. It seemed like it was too good to be true. So I took some notes, found some things out, gave him a call back, and again put him off. Well, a week later, he's back at me saying, "Please take another look at this." I said, I was getting a little, like, why won't you take no for an answer kind of a thing. So I said, you know what? I will look at this and I will take a bunch of notes and I will research it and I'll tell you why it's not going to work. Well, thankfully I did that because what I found out was that it would work, and I had a full believing in it afterwards. But after I spent a couple of weeks trying to get information, I had to join GoFounders at the time to get more information. And once I did that, then I started looking at all the downloads. I looked at all the stuff that was going on in the back room, and that included the webinars with Mr. Nelson and Cindy Hopkins and some of the others that were the early founding pillars of ONPASSIVE, and obviously Mr. Mufara, who was doing the webinars and speaking on the webinars. Now, the first webinar that I heard from Mr. Mufara, I was wondering, who is this man? He's obviously, I mean, he's got a good heart, but why doesn't he have somebody doing these webinars that does webinars? And so the next webinar is the one that really pulled me in, because that was the webinar where I heard what was coming from Mr. Mufara's heart and not necessarily from his lips. And I saw the vision and I got a sense of the vision that he was after. And I thought, oh, wow, I haven't bought into a company yet. I bought into a vision, and man, I'm loving this vision. So whether it goes anywhere or not, it's going to be, a vision that's worth fighting for. It's going to be a vision that's worth getting involved with and making a difference all over the place. So that's how I got in. And all those notes that I took, that turned into the ebook. So I started the ebook, and I started putting that ebook out over Facebook, just giving it away free, saying, hey, this is the program. This is all the information we can find, because there wasn't any information out there, I loved doing that. That caught the attention of some of those folks that were doing the webinars, and it caught Mr. Mufara's attention. He started communicating with me, and I with him, and we did some pretty neat things over the next 2-3 months. And that's how I really got involved in this, and I've loved it ever since. Now, you also asked, Waseem, how has this affected me personally? How has this affected me professionally? Well, it has. I don't have to tell people that ONPASSIVE will change your life. It has already changed my life by helping me to get a grander picture of what is going on in the world, because I started looking at where the world was going. I started looking at the economy and the politics and the education and all of the things that were going wrong seemingly with the global economies. And then we get, ONPASSIVE coming onto the scene. And it just seemed to me like ONPASSIVE was a part of the entire systemic shift happening globally. And it was a big part of it with the online marketing and the online business presence. And so I tried to give people a big picture of what was going on geographically and globally with the economy and politics and all these systems that we have, because we are all in each and every one of these systems, these educational systems, the medical systems, the political systems. These systems are all heading toward what we call decentralization. And ONPASSIVE is a massive IT platform that is helping to decentralize wealth as we know it by creating a global net of founders that will have more than they need and be able to share through their excess on a global scale. And that's going to help decentralize wealth. And so it's changed my whole perspective. It's changed how I look at online marketing. It's changed how I look at business. And it's opened me up to the idea that we are all connected. I mean, think about this. You are in Pakistan. I am sitting in the US. 20 years ago, nobody would dare dream that I would forge relationships in Pakistan or Iran or Israel, Palestine, Saudi Arabia, China. We're in more than 200 countries, and look at how we're bringing the world together in a benevolent fashion, in a way that's going to be good to lift humanity. That's what it's all about. And so that's how it's changed me professionally and personally by expanding my perspective to a global outlook. Thank you.
Wow, excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. Sir, you explained very well, and you talk about ebook. We are missing Urdu language. I hope we will see in future very soon. And because we are on process, that's why I think things are coming slow, step by step. And sir, you told about on passive very well, but now after join you almost I think you 3 years you have 3 years in on passive, almost 3 years. Yeah, 4 years.
Almost four.
4 years. 4 years. Um, 11th July 2020, I joined. I recently celebrated second anniversary of my on passive. So today is 16. So, so sir, how do you see on passive now? How is it going to impact the life of founders, customers, and business all around the world?
Let me back up just a second and address the ebook issue with you, the challenges we have with that. There are about 50 translations, and I believe Urdu is one of those, but it's not in the back office. I'm not sure what the holdup is with that, but there's about 25 or 30 translations in the back office. I may have that particular translation in my library here. I love what you're doing there, and I would love to work. We'll work one-on-one, kind of offline, to see if we can get something done for you in that particular language. Now, as far as on passive, where it is and where I see it going, is that the question? Okay. First of all, when we first started this thing, wow, we had a humble beginning, so to speak, in that we had probably about $100,000 budget to work with, and we were looking at launching this thing after 90, 120 days. I mean, there were a great many of us that were expecting that we would have launched the marketing platform, which was on passive, in maybe February, March of 2019. Obviously, that didn't happen. Here we are 4 years later. What we saw happen was an incredible outcry from the world saying, this is something we want and need. And the result of that literally pushed the momentum of the foundership. Now, Mr. Mufara only expected, maybe 3,000 to 5,000 founders, and then we were going to launch. By the beginning of, or January, February timeframe of 2019, which was 2 months after, in December of 2018, we launched the Go Founders website. And 2 months later, we were over 10,000 founders. In February, March, we were up to 15 and 20,000, and we just kept growing. That has not stopped. The beauty of that is it allowed us to also continue not only growing the founder base, but the marketing and product platform itself, in that we became more than just a marketing platform. Mr. Mufara put some products on that platform. And then as we grew, he put more products on that platform. And as we grew, he added more features and functionalities to those products that were on that platform. And then we grew into more, so that by the probably third going into fourth quarter of 2019, we had actually started saying, wow, we need to do more. We need automation. We can't do that. We don't want a third party in on passive. So now we need to go out and get techs, developers, and engineers so we can develop our own AI so that we can automate our products. And that's when all of our products turned into a product suite that then became a smart business solution. So, I mean, there's been growth every step of the way. And with that, the founder base has gone bonkers. It's gone crazy. I mean, we're at 1.45 million now, as opposed to in 2019, at the end of 2019, you know, where you were hitting somewhere probably around 60,000, and we've grown. So Mr. Mufara has done the same things consistently, where he would add more products, add more revenue streams, if you will. He would beef these things up. In other words, he would add more features, smart features, cutting edge features, and functionality to all our digital products. Then he started opening up the idea of getting physical products, and from that he started thinking, okay, well, we've got this entire digital ecosystem. Now we need data centers so that we can more easily and controllably do what we want to do, because we've got no third parties in ONPASSIVE. We have no secondhand software. It's all built from scratch. So it only makes sense to have our own data centers, because that helps us to complete the network, the global network of ONPASSIVE that we're going to have in all the countries. And it gives us control over our own business and our own data. Once we did this, and then moved forward even more with all these plates in the air, so to speak, that we've got going on, the digital ecosystem, the physical products, the data centers. Now we open up innovation labs, right? Started with digital innovation labs, then it went to physical innovation labs. And now we've got researchers in bio tech labs, and we're opening up all sorts of things. And now we have physical products being produced in manufacturing facilities that we have. So all of these things point very clearly to our trajectory. So when you say, where is ONPASSIVE going? ONPASSIVE will undoubtedly be the world's biggest and best business. It's going to be a totally comprehensive business, and you will not have to go anywhere to do anything you want to do in the entire online marketing space. So that's where we're going. We are heading, like Mr. Mufara says, to the top, and we have a very good start right now. I hope that wasn't too much.
Yes, sir. Wow, excellent, sir. You explained very well, and from start you told about company. The beauty of this company gradually upgraded step by step, and from start to now, we can see many changes. And the beauty of the system is integration and automation. And the issue we were facing in old companies, we will not see again. Oh, that's a beauty, sir.
Yes.
As we all know about Mr. Ash Mufara, our CEO, the mastermind of this project and the genius. So I want to know your opinion about Mr. Ash Mufare. So what do you think?
That's yeah, that's easily done. That's Mr. Mufara. You've got to love the man. You got to love his heart. But he's a man nonetheless. I mean, he's human just like we are. So we should, I'll just say this right out front, we should be lifting him and his family up as we can, you know, in prayer, meditation, and good thoughts and things like that. But Mr. Mufara is extremely intelligent. He has a linear kind of a mind, in that he sees how things need to progress and how they need to move forward, and he goes after that to make that happen. Now, he is university trained. He's got his master's in information technology. That was followed up by some Harvard business courses that he did for online businesses, simply because there really aren't any advanced degrees or post graduate degrees for online businesses. They just don't exist. So he took what he could get with Harvard, and he took some classes, and that was a while back, and that's really helped him to really get where he is. But now he's also got, you know, 25 years of marketing and been very, very successful at it. So when you say, you know, what do I think of, how do I feel about Mr. Mufara? First of all, I've got to respect the man. He's been in this game for a long, long time, and he is very, very good at it. He's very, very good at reading people and helping people, and he's got a big heart that he can pull people in and motivate them as well, and he can help them to get bigger pictures and give them the idea that, yes, we can do this. And we're only limited by what we've got up here. So if we start thinking we can do this and start working toward it and just keep the negativity away and just know that this is all going to be good because it's all connected, we can do that. And he's shown that with us here in ONPASSIVE by the way that he treats each and every one of us, by the way that he spends time with us. I mean, I'll tell you, people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to listen to gurus and to listen to very successful people talk for, 20 minutes on TED Talks or getting their own platforms or they pay for their own venues and they pay lots and lots of money. And here we've got a founder base with ONPASSIVE with this man who has a wealth of knowledge and understanding and has an understanding which I think is beyond his years. And it seems to me that he is also blessed, if I can say from on high, with a character that allows him to be in this position here today, come onto the scene, as well as ONPASSIVE coming onto the scene. The timing is right for ONPASSIVE. The world is right for ONPASSIVE. And Mr. Mufara is the man that has been raised up, if you will, to handle this. And he has got the strength and the resources and the will and the courage and the heart to do it. So what do I think of Mr. Mufara? I love the man. I love his mentality. I love his family. I love how he does things. We just need to be aware, that he is a man and he has lots of things just like we have. So we need not forget to lift him up and to just let him know that we do appreciate him.
Beautiful, sir. We loved him also, and the first thing attracted me in ONPASSIVE, the first CEO I saw, first CEO who talk about humanity and who talk about oblas. I never seen before in any company. Beautiful, sir. Sir, my next question is, what is the role of artificial intelligence in the product of ONPASSIVE? How do you see AI marketing and impact on the overall structure of the digital products?
Wow. We have entered into an age that in the next 100 years, we're going to have more inventions and more technology and more beneficial, benevolent equipment and technology coming out than we've had in the entire world history. That should give you an indication. Now, AI, contrary to some folks' belief that AI can turn out to be a bad thing, try to, Skynet in Terminator, and a lot of folks think that AI can be a not good for us, but that's not the case. With AI in particular, as it pertains to ONPASSIVE, AI is running through and is threading everything that we have together. It links all of the products and all of the digital platform together. It links the infrastructure together. It undergirds everything that we do. And then it does things in a very practical way. Because of the machine learning that we use within ONPASSIVE, because the AI that we've written, and we have written it, by the way, we own this AI, it's nobody else's. It was written from scratch by the techs and engineers, the developers that Mr. Mufara brought in. So through things like Ocademy or OConnect, through the AI, the chatbot, through a lot of our different softwares, we're going to be able to do a lot of tracking. But the best and biggest part of the AI for us is going to be through the automation. The passivity, which is in our name, ONPASSIVE, is absolutely a premier value of ONPASSIVE. We've talked a lot about value here the last couple of weeks for ONPASSIVE. And when you think about the passivity of everything that we're doing, in other words, all of the automation, all of these digital products that we have within the digital ecosystem that are automated, all of the functionality and the features within this digital ecosystem on top of a marketing platform and the marketing platform is likewise automated. When you think about all of the automation in the marketing and the digital, and then you bring in the financials, and then you look at the wallet in there and all of the integration between the financials and the platform in the digital ecosystem, it's all passive, it's all automated, it's all run and held up through AI, which is our machine learning capability. Now, outside of the automation is huge too, because we're doing things now with AI that people have never done or only thought about doing. I mean, if you think about Academy, our learning platform, the AI in that platform can actually track your eyeballs, and it'll see where you're looking, or it'll see whether you're paying attention or not. And it will interact with you in a very real way. Same thing with our chatbot. It is emotionally intelligent. The chatbot and other programs will actually, you can talk to it and you can carry on a conversation with it. And you probably won't even know that you're talking to an AI. There are so many things going on in the background as you're doing that the AI is doing. I mean, if you go onto these sites and you're using our software, for instance, maybe you've got a chat, net, and you're talking about a product, that AI is going to go, oh, okay, I understand the content in this. And not only that, but I understand the intent of the conversation. It'll go out, it'll get that product, it'll pop it up and say, hey, this is what you're talking about. You want me to show you some more stuff? I mean, it will interact with you on a level that we've never seen before. And it gives us automation at levels we've never seen before. The AI that we have within ONPASSIVE and at the world at large eventually is going to be a key factor in how we grow our businesses and how we connect humanity. So it is huge and it is beautiful.
Yes, of course, sir. Oh, excellent, sir. Sir, multiple reason I joined on passive. First, I told you mutual benefit and humanity-based business. But second reason is latest technology, AI. I was studying before data science and machine learning, etc. So I know the value of AI. So that's why I joined on passive. Sir, we're talking about on passive products. What is your favorite product in on passive, and why you like it?
Wow. It changes. It changes from day to day. Depends on what I've been doing. If I've been researching and studying online for a couple of hours, I might migrate toward Academy. If I've been on webinars and some of them don't work as well as I like, I might think, gee, today I like Connect. I enjoy all of them. What I really enjoy though is the connectivity, the integration and automation of all of them under one roof. That to me, when you say which one do you like, I like the one that I want to use at the time that I need it. That's my favorite one at the time. But I think because I am not a marketer, because I do not have an online business per se, because that is not something that normally would interest me or draw me into a favorite product of that sort. And because I might, it would be a toss-up. I would like to go back and get my doctorate. So Academy, obviously, for me, is going to be a big thing. But Bless, that one is much more of a benevolent product. And I see me and many, many, many other founders and others using that to a full extent for the good of humanity. So I think in line with what ONPASSIVE is and lifting humanity the way we do through good heart, good head, good heart, and good action, right? Compassion and action. I think that Bless would probably be my most favorite overall.
So of course, sir, this is my favorite product too. Sir, you talk about Oblast. Oblast, what, how on Oblast will affect on human life, sir?
Well, Bless is, as far as crowdfunding platforms go, it's going to be one of the best that you've ever seen. Okay, it's the whole goal of Bless is to create very impactful awareness across the entire world, right? With a phenomenal crowdfunding platform. And when I say awareness, I'm referring to causes that need to be addressed, that can be addressed through a financial means. Now, what we want to do for that in particular is to create thoughtful, effective campaigns for those causes, right? And those, we mean causes that make a difference or that can matter, because Obless is a non-profitable platform that helps to raise funds globally, right? I mean, we connect globally with people worldwide to support whatever need happens to be, you know, at the top of their list. You can do it easily and quickly. You can connect with donors and companies, you know, that you want to support. You connect with emergency causes that may need money on an emergency basis. It handles, you know, a multi currencies, different countries, lots of different currencies. It allows you to really put together complete campaigns, not just, oh, we need to raise money for this, can you help? But literally do a complete profile based on time and horizon, on size, the country it's in, the industry it's in, and based on other criteria. It allows you to create profile pages for people that are connected to those causes, for people that support those causes, right? I mean, there's an admin page within it where you can create the campaigns and you can upload videos and do all sorts of reports. And it's just a very, very powerful program. But the most beautiful thing about this is, in my opinion, is it's zero cost for the donors. In other words, any money coming into Obless for a particular cause, 100% of that goes to the cause. ONPASSIVE does not take a cut of it. They do not take a piece or a portion of it. They manage the entire Obless on the large scale, right? They manage the administration of it, but the actual causes are done by the individual founders that created that cause. And ONPASSIVE is not taking a dime, and the founders don't take a dime. So 100% of what comes in goes to that cause. That's what I love about Obless.
Oh, excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. Sir, we all have seen the massive marketing campaign ran in Dubai and Burj Khalifa. What do you think about the impact it has left on overall standing of ONPASSIVE? And did you feel any kind of change in terms of people coming and asking about the company?
Absolutely. That's a good point to bring up. Thank you, Waseem. I appreciate being able to speak a little about this, because we came through from June and July when we were in, I mean, when you think about it, back in April, at the end of March, when we did the top, we had that huge, massive global webinar showing the Burj Khalifa there in Dubai. What a remarkable place, what a remarkable city, what a remarkable building. It just absolutely is the top. And when we started doing some branding there with that laser light show on the Burj Khalifa, man, let me tell you something, that got some people's attention and it just wowed us. So, you know, my hat's off to Mr. Mufar and his team. He's right, nobody expected that. But we started at that center in Dubai at the Burj Khalifa. We started that because you can get almost anywhere in the world from that point in 6 or 8 hours. So it is a central hub of activity. It is cutting edge technology put in real time, in real use in a real city. And they are wanting to be the technological capital of the world. So there's no place better for ONPASSIVE to be. And by the way, it's not easy to get there. And speaking of which, you can't even walk into the Burj Khalifa. You just can't do it. They will stop you at the door. So for us to be invited into Dubai, first of all, says something of the clout ONPASSIVE already has before we launch. But for us to be able to purchase the 134th floor and the 152nd floor is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, we're going to have some engineer facilities. We're going to have research labs on one of those floors, but it's good to know that even right now, before we launch, OnPassive owns the highest office in the world on the 152nd floor of the Burj Khalifa. Now, there are floors above it, but those are private suites. They are not offices. So that office is literally at the top, as Mr. Mufar says, where your ears will pop. And I mean more than once as you're going up, because you're looking down on airplanes as you're looking out the window at that level. However, the branding that we went through in July and June and July, excuse me, is now shifting, and we're going from a branding into a marketing capacity, because we have closed permanently the founder's position as of the 22nd of June. It is no longer. So I would encourage anybody that wants to just go to onpassive.com and check it out, because when time is right and when we open, you can come in as a member. But we will start doing actual marketing, product marketing for OnPassive and for the founders out of India and Dubai and Singapore and a lot of other places in the world. But it'll start right there at the hub in Dubai, and it'll probably start at the Burj, but I do not know that for a fact. I think that it will. But the marketing is going to be phenomenal. When it starts, you're going to know it. People are going to notice, and they're going to take note of what we're doing and where we're at and how we're doing it. And once we actually open to the public, nobody's going to miss that. You will not be able to miss that. It's going to be such a celebration and such an explosion of media that unless you're hiding under a rock in the Gobi Desert, you're going to see us. So the marketing is coming. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be something you have never seen before, the world has never seen before, and we're going to blanket it in every kind of media that you can think of. So I'm looking forward to it, and I love the way Mr. Mufar does things big, big, big.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir. I have been living in Dubai, so I have visited the Burj Khalifa. So I know the how is important, and no, not everyone allow there. So we have to pay to visit the Burj Khalifa. So I am the lucky founder. In 30th March, I was invited in Hyderabad, India. So I was the only founder who was invited outside of India. But unfortunately, I could not go due to my visa, because very short time I was informed. So for me, it was difficult to go in another country. So I tried my best, but this is honor for me. They are invited me in Hyderabad, India. So I like the first event, marketing event started with Oblast,
Yes.
that's good. I like very much. So this is the beauty of on passive, and that's why we'll love our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, who think about others and poor and others, and that's good. Sir, you were present in Boston event and met the mastermind, Mr. Ash Mufare of On Passive. I want to know that how was the event that took place in Boston? Uh, of course, you met with other different leaders. So, how was the experience? How things have changed since that event?
That was quite the event. I really enjoyed that. I was blessed, honored even to be invited there and to make it up there to meet with there were probably 30, about 30 of us, I think, and most of them were good, solid leaders that we knew and have heard about and seen about over the last 4 years. But to sit with them and to interact with them on a personal level was eye-opening for me. It helped me to get a better sense, or to gauge in a more personal way what type of leadership and the kind of leadership that we have and that we can expect in the future. We're even attracting more greater leadership minds now than we were even back in the day. But that was a wonderful experience. one that I will always look back at with just incredible fondness. It was a good experience. It wasn't, go up there and all work, work, work. There was a lot of play. There was a lot of camaraderie. When Mr. Mufara met us all at the hotel that first evening, his demeanor was, well, it was very personal, but he had presence, if you know what I mean. And that was good to see. That he didn't just let his hair down and get all weird. He is who he is, and to know that he does not change on a whim is very, very good to know. Especially, we need that in a leader, and that can also be attested to how he has been over the last few years. That he hasn't really changed who he is, and it just solidified in my mind that he is a man that lives by character and integrity. He lives by his personal beliefs, and they define who he is rather than something else defining him. He's got a set of beliefs, and he lives by those, and he promotes those, and those are the things that bring everybody together, because we see the value that is in him, and we need to be able to appreciate that. Because when you talk about value in ONPASSIVE, you have got to talk about Mr. Mufara, his mindset, and his willingness to go that extra mile and to lift humanity in a way that nobody else has thought about. Well, it was a great experience. I loved it. Great leaders, great food, a great time.
I Wonderful. I wish I could there. Uh, so, sir, as we all know, multiple events are coming in coming months. You were virtually attended in second July events in Germany and UK and Ireland. What want to say about these events?
They were wonderful. Redfern hosted the one out of the UK. He is a dynamic speaker, lots of energy, good energy. He knows what's going on with ONPASSIVE, and the whole venue there in the UK was well done with a lot of good stuff. The same thing happened over with Anchi in Germany. Anchi has been a rising star for a while. Very, very capable young lady that has a knack for pulling people together and making things happen and growing gradually, residually, and just getting bigger and pulling things together for her country as well, and for her teams. Together, they were huge because they commanded a global audience. And as a result of events like the UK and the Germany, things going on that happened in Boston that day, the events of India with some of the marketing and things that we have planned for there, and the stuff going on in Dubai with the Burj Khalifa, all of these things command a global audience and have raised the awareness of ONPASSIVE. And a little bit ago, you asked about how that affects us in growing and going forward, and it does so massively. I mean, we were thinking, or seeing rather, large numbers, thousands a day coming into ONPASSIVE. I mean, if you think about the time frame that it took us to go from 20,000 to 100,000 founders, and then from 500,000 to a million, or even a million to 1,500,000, the time frame was short. I mean, it did not take us long at all to jump into those big numbers. It became exponential simply because of the globality of what we're doing. So we are here to stay. We're not going anywhere. We're the biggest, the baddest, the best, and that's life. And the UK and German webinars that day, those global webinars, they had a magnetic effect and helped to pull more people in as well.
Yes, yes, that were great events, and I was on panel in January events, and I really enjoyed both events, and we got a huge updates from Mr. Ash Mufare, as you remember, if you remember, and
Yeah.
sir, if you remember, there was some the event going to conduct in India as well. but and I was going to conduct event two in Pakistan that time. Uh,
Wow.
Even but due to some reason, event was cancelled or postponed. But I was ready. I still have banners and pamphlet of that event. But inshallah, we will do in future again. Uh, and That's good, sir. Last question. Um, as we all know, foundership has been closed forever. First of all, congratulations. We are all lucky birds who made decision in time. What do you think? What will next? What we have advantages as a founder?
Oh, wow. Well, it's no secret that the founder position is the premier position in on passive. We've been saying that for a long time, and now that the door is closed, founders, first of all, we got bragging rights. We can brag. We are a founder with on passive, and man, I'm telling you what, life is pretty good for us here. Secondarily, we have benefits of position because that's what that is. It's a position. And the benefits of that position include obviously the O Founders platform and all the marketing and stuff like that. We can use everything back there. That's a benefit. Um, Another benefit that we have as founders is the fact that we can get these updates, that we can see firsthand what's happening behind the scenes in on passive, where on passive's trajectory is going, and we can look ahead based on this trajectory and what things are happening now. We can see where we're going to be in the future. Secondarily, we don't have to stress, and it all goes back to value. When you think about on passive and the on founder or the O founders platform with founders, and you think of value, how much value is there in knowing that our success is guaranteed, that we are going to be earning more than we need so that we have excess that we can share with the world. But we know that the whole point of on passive, number one, is to make sure that we are taken care of and our gas tanks are filled, so to speak, right? And that we have what we need and we have extra so that we can share with those around us, which means that we can lift people up in our communities, in our hometowns, in our own states and countries, right? I mean, this is something we can lift humanity at a grassroots level. What an incredible honor that is to be able to say I'm a on passive founder and I have a benevolent heart toward lifting humanity, and we do what's right because it's right, and I'm part of a global net that's going to make sure that happens. Now, secondarily, well, actually, that was number two. Number three, when you talk about commissions and earnings, it's all done for us. We don't have to market. We don't have to come up with products. We don't have to do anything like that. We are going to be part of a profit sharing plan through OnPassive, which is going to be huge. Again, OnPassive is going to do the campaigning for us. They're going to do the marketing for us. So that's another benefit. We don't have to market our own stuff. So they're going to market it. They're going to market their product for us. And then when they make sales for us, they're going to pay us commissions on the sales that they just made for us. So, I mean, being a founder, it's an incredible honor to be an OnPassive founder. And there's more benefits than just that. But there's also going to be some very good benefits to being a member. And we are so big and have so much that there are going to be billions of members. And so when we open publicly, we need to have these people come in as members and really check us out, because it's not about building OnPassive at that point. It's about helping those members that come in with their businesses and making them more successful. It's about providing for them a way, if they're not successful, to be successful. It's about a way for them to be able to earn online if they've never earned online before. So it's not necessarily about only the benefit of the founders, because the founders and OnPassive and Mr. Mufara in particular are all about lifting humanity and making humanity a better place, or a better world for humanity, or however that should have come out. I'm not sure. You get the idea. being a founder is an absolute blessing with more benefits than I can name. But the overall of ONPASSIVE is going out to the world for the right reasons. And that's why we're here.
Excellent, sir. Thank you very much. In last, any message for Pakistani founders, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Each and every one of you are important. You are unique and significant, and you have a viewpoint that not a lot of other people in the world can share. And you are particularly significant in that respect. Get together, unite, come together, get connected with ONPASSIVE, enjoy where you're at on the way to where you're going, because this is something, ONPASSIVE is something that's not just for any one people, place, country. It's for everybody. That includes Pakistani people. It's a beautiful people, a beautiful country. Get connected, get united, and get an idea of what you want to do to impact your country and your world.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, we will see you, inshallah, in next any webinar. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.